Where do you see this all leading to? Of course, the APC, like other parties, always talks about the principle of internal democracy and somewhat discourages members from going to court to, for the court's intervention or regarding their grievances. Is there even anything on ground now to bring about reconciliation, even if Mr. Machina may even go eventually to give it to Mr. Lawan? What are you seeing on ground in APC right now?
You see, the umpire has already compromised by changing people's name and taking a different name to INEC. So in that case, what internal mechanism do you want anybody to now reach out to? It is the same internal mechanism that has compromised in changing people's name without consent. So I think people should go to court, seek redress, and make sure you follow it up to the conclusion. That's all I advise. People should not just allow this to go, including the other person, the Abubakar Jinjiri, that also contested against Bashir. He has his complaints. Let them follow up in the court of law. The party does not show any willingness or any seriousness in seeing into their pleas, because they are the cause of the problem.
Mr. Hassan, staying with the game of silence as displayed by your party and the NWC and all of that, I wonder why the camp of the Senate President as well is very quiet, making Mr. Machina look like a child that seeks a lot of special attention.
Does the Senate President have any camp? Can that one win election in the Senate? Does he have any camp? It's just one or two people around that are just jumping up and down for the Senate President. Does he have any camp?
Because I was also going to...
Well, that's what you think. That's what you think. You should have
he's been there for 16 years and you must give it to him. My second question would...
I have friends around him. I have friends. I know people around him celebrated his loss in the presidential primary. How can people closest to you celebrate your loss in an election, including the staff in the National Assembly? What sort of a person is this? After 25 years in the National Assembly, even the chairman of the National Assembly, as a chairman of the National Assembly, your staff in office celebrated your loss. What kind of a human being?
So, Mr. Hassan, I mean, you can say what you want to say about the Senate President. It's your view, it's your opinion. But then again, you can't take it away from him. He's the Senate President. He's been in the Senate for a very, very long time. Are you also considering the fact that he brings something different to the table? If if Mr. Machina was probably picked as the candidates for the Yobe North Senatorial seat, would that be a match for the opposition in Yobe State?
Absolutely. As it stands today, Lawal cannot win election on his own in his senatorial. Machina and Abubakar Jinjiri are more popular than Lawal. If you leave him alone to himself, he can't win election in that senatorial. His governors have been winning elections for him. He's not popular. People don't even like him because he's not popular. He doesn't go to them.
Is it because he belongs to...
Because governors win elections for him. The governors win the former governor and the recent governor will always win the elections for him. He doesn't go to campaign. He doesn't know his people. They don't know him.
What do you mean by they don't know him? Is it because he belongs to it's not Kanuri and belongs to the small ethnic group called Bade?
Yobe is not generally Kanuri. They are not the majority. Though they are, but it's not the pure Kanuris that are Yobis. You understand? So it's not like he has his own tribe people. He has his own tribe in the same senatorial, which happens to even be the minority in the minority state, in the minority senatorial. In the senatorial, his tribe is even minority. He's not popular. I'm telling you this. There are more popular candidates like the Abubakar Jinjiri and Bashir Machina. They are more popular candidates than the Senate President.
So right. So what are you saying now that the mode of the indirect election that the party and every other party did now during the primary election was what favored Mr. Machina as against if statutory delegates had been brought into the mix? Are you saying that was what had favored Mr. Lawan before now?
What could have favored him?
Yes, yes. Of course, you look at the framework now of the primary election, the delegates that got to vote this time around. This were regular delegates as against the special or statutory delegates. Are you saying that this is what the party should toe moving forward? Of course, we are seeing so many lawmakers, present lawmakers will not be coming back next year. After the election, so to speak, we're going to have a mix of newcomers coming in. Do you think this is helping the system somewhat as against if we had more returning lawmakers to the assembly?
You see, it was the same lawmakers that shot themselves in the foot. They made this law that removed the statutory delegates for election. So it's the same lawmakers that shot themselves in the foot and handed over the party primaries to the sitting governor and leaders in the state. So it is them. And those are the consequences of actions. So I believe them going out in numbers for the first time, it's like it's a consequence to their action. They took that decision and forwarded it to the president, and the president assented to it. So it's their decision to not to use statutory delegates, and even with statutory delegates, even former House members and former senators are also statutory delegates. Do you think they will vote for them because they are impute? They won't.
It's coming across, that's the Senate President Lawan, it's coming across like a sort of spoiled brat of the APC. At first, he was to be installed as a consensus man. So they was trying to impose him. He failed there, and then he goes to his home state. He wants to impose himself on somebody who was duly elected. And again, is seen now to be a spoiled brat there because he doesn't deserve it. So what is going on? Is this the rest in peace of the career of our dear Senate President Ahmad Lawan?
I think so. I think he's at his end time in the National Assembly. Yes, this pushes he's given and all that is happening around him. I think it's like the end times for him in the National Assembly. But whatever it is, we'll see it play out, because I believe Machina will never allow this to go. And even if he does, there is another person that contested the elections with Machina, who should have been, if not for anything, he should have been the first runner-up.
Mr. Hassan, I wonder what's next for Mr. Machina if he goes to court and he doesn't get the justice and peace as your party have, the motto of your party. If he doesn't get justice at the court and doesn't get peace, justice and equity from your party, which is the motto of your party, what's the next line of action for him?
Are you saying if he doesn't get justice from the court?
Yes.
If he doesn't get justice from the court, then it's over for him. The party has already taken a decision.
Any option of defecting to an opposition party?
Yeah, I don't know him, and I don't know what he's thinking about. But I assure you, if he leaves the APC and he's very popular, if he leaves the APC, he will win the election against Lawan. In fact, it is because Yobe is a one-party state. If the PDP were very strong in that state, Lawan couldn't have been Senate President.
All right, Mr. Alwan Hassan, we say a big thank you to you for speaking with us on TVC Breakfast. Many thanks indeed.